All right. So, two quick updates for two coins. The first one is DOP, and if you guys are aware of this token pre-sold at uh, zero point 0.3. So it pre-sold here, or 0.28, and it also pre-sold at 0.08. So obviously that is insane, right? Like a lot of people put money in, and if it does somehow reach that point, it'll be uh, 40x. Now, obviously, I don't think it's going to reach that point, but a lot of people bought at that price. And to me, that's kind of bullish. Like, it's something that makes me interested in it just because. Oh my gosh, I can't even like zoom back in. Here we go. Because it launched at 0.03 ish, and then, but this is only showing that. And it has tanked 90% since then. To me, this is like a dead chart with a lot of hype. Alex Becker shilled it. So to me, this is like something that I want to take a bet on. You know what I mean? Like, if we're gonna bet on something, you kind of want something that's gonna do really well. Now this is super risky, so you need to think on your own if this makes sense for you or not. But the beauty is that it's straight on tanked. And if we take it from the absolute low all the way up to where it is now, you're talking about 63%. Um, if you want to look at entries, the entry kind of has already been passed. I did manage to scalp some right here because I was waiting for it. I was literally waiting for it. This would have been a better entry, but obviously I wasn't aware of it then. What caught my interest was when I saw that price went from like 65% in a day. I was like, okay, there's some life to this coin, right? This coin isn't just a dead coin. So now what I'm waiting for, I caught this entry. I was waiting for it actually. I was like, you know what? I think I'm interested in this. There was two levels of confluence: the anchor VWAP as well as the Fibonacci pull of the 6188. We're not that far from that entry, to be honest. And with how this is currently moving, 17%. Like technically, you could just next time you see it kind of pop here, put your stop loss there. Max loss of 13%, which is a lot. If you want to be safer, I would even say something like this is fine for a 5% drop. But if you want to be super safe, do something like this. You could even leave it right here where it is now for this green area, kind of the top over of this area. Let me even mark that out. Where is the pen? Where is the brush? Here we go. Maybe something like this area, right? Pop plus this anchor VWAP, and that kind of showed right there too. But what I would really expect is something wild, right? I mean, obviously, if it goes here, that's a like 30% pump. I'm happy with that. You know, this is a trend line. I'm not going to ignore this trend line. I'm not going to ignore this anchor VWAP, which isn't the best confluence, but I'm definitely not going to ignore this trend line, which has one touch, two touch, and at some point it'll have three touches. If we pop there, you could even actually, even if once we pass this, I might even take some profits just because, you know, that's what 15, 16%, then 30%. But I'm really expecting something wild with it, especially with how crazy Bitcoin is going and all of that. So yeah, you know, I've had one call so far that I was very, very, very sure on, and that was Pepe, the OG Pepe. A friend is in this big, and I was telling him, yo, this has so much confluence. I did a full trading session on this. It has so much confluence up here. Like, you might as well jump on this and or sell. And he did sell. But now it's coming down. Meanwhile, you know, the last few days Bitcoin's been pumping. These other alts are like pumping a ton. Whereas Pepe, hasn't really moved. And it's very simple. When big confluences are met, you get these consolidation periods or drops. And you really want to be careful in this bull run when you are coming into really big levels of confluence. You don't want to just say, you know what, it's going to keep mooning. Because what's going to happen is this coin's going to stop and every coin is going to pump like an animal. And then you're going to be left out and you're going to be crying. And you're going to be really sad because you're going to be like, yo, this, why, like, what's happening? Right? So for Rune, if we look at this, maybe, and I haven't charted this out deeply, but maybe the next confluence zone is the CC, which is known as the Fibonacci pull of 6188 and 66. I bet there's even more to this, but you know, maybe this is an area. There's a monthly level here too, so maybe this will be some resistance. Maybe you should sell on 8.77. Not financial advice. Do your own TA, right? Chart out your own levels, and if you find heavy levels of confluence like I did for Pepe, just sell some, take profits. So I hope that helps. I think the main thing is, might have to do a whole separate video on this, but I think that this is a really decent play with trading money, right? Fake money. I just feel like this is a decent play. Now, I bet you this will go back down. Because right now it's really doing some kind of touch, right? Touch here on this trend line, up. Touch here on the trend line again, up. Comes back down, touches the trend line, up. Comes down, touches the trend line, up. Touches the trend line again, up. And I bet you we're going to see it come and touch again. So you'll have an entry that's solid if you want it for DOP, which I think is a solid play. Just looks good to me. You really want to see these higher highs, lower lows, and hopefully continue that pattern. But looks really solid. So happy trading. This is a straight up fictional trading shill. Good luck to whoever watches this, and